Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk. Please let me know if the sound is all right before I go any further. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears, I call the grizzlies, and the honey bears. I can hear this echo. Let me see if my moderators are here. Sound is good. All right, maybe I just need to turn down like my speakers, my headphones. All right, so it's Night Talk. Hello, as you come into the Bear Cave, please hit the like, fair use commentary as always. So I'm just going to keep it open mic, I think. It's 11:15, just turned 1 minute, 11:16. On this, wait a minute. Why do I think I'm like rushing this week? I've got so many things to do. I almost said Tuesdays, Monday. Yeah. So I did listen to parts of Maggie's video from today. I don't know if I listened to anyone else while I was out, but there were some interesting things and comments that she made from, reading of that CCB. And, like, where do I want to start? Something, it's two parts, maybe before I get into that. Something feels, I'm getting that feeling again, Um, yeah, there's just something that feels amiss in somewhere in the process. I sense that behind the scenes, there's some manipulation going on. I don't know why I'm thinking like this, except, this is what we are dealing with. I can't say because I don't have, any 100% proof, but I've had surprises in the past. Is it going in and out? Viva says, sure it is. All right. Let me just turn to my moderators. Is the sound going in and out? Go with your gut. Yes. Because there's so many lies that have been told and so many things that have been done to sabotage progress. It's as if something is lurking. I'm telling you. I don't trust. I don't trust. I absolutely have no faith and no trust at all in Danielle and what she might do to win. Because we see now with proof what she will do. Well, I already knew, but at least others know that she will take steps to misrepresent information. And she has paid for things. She has. Yeah. So, fair use commentary. Plus, I heard her say something about on Maggie's. I thought that was maybe that's where. So Maggie was playing parts of Daniel's videos. And I don't know if it was from one video, but I picked up, when I heard the voice, I said, wow, She's playing the videos. And of course, my mind went immediately like, oh, she's going to strike your video. But then when she started explaining, like, all right, now that Danielle has confessed to the CCB, acknowledged that you can't file a credible claim to the Copyright Claims Board against someone who is outside the United States, outside of the jurisdiction. So Maggie says, strike me. But then she's explaining because, and I got it right away. So if she strikes her, if Danny Robertson strikes Maggie now, if Maggie then files a counter notification in order for the video not to go back up, Danielle has to do something, either file with the CCB or file in federal court. So Maggie has her right now, basically. She does, because she can't use the CCB against Maggie at all. At all. Now, she could file in federal court, and she filed and she withdrew. Yeah. Wow. So that's why she says, strike me, Magic. Because I was listening to this. I'm like, wow, she's kind of got her in a position. She really did something here. Yes. She forced, on some level, she forced her hand because Danielle wants to win. She's not going to tell the truth. And she thought she could file, and just get away with, falsifying the document to the CCB. Ooh. And now she cannot use the CCB at all against Magic. That's not even on the table. That so if she wants to take legal action against Maggie, she has to file in a federal court. Now, whether or not, wow. Wow. So I picked up on that. Wow. So, especially since she has, it's really out there that is frivolous. So I think she's asked the audience, put up a 1 or a 2, something like that, if you think she's going to strike her channel. she's playing chess here. She's playing chess because that was a forced move. Inadvertently, even if you want to say it like that. Maggie made her move and she misstepped. She underestimated everything with respect to that filing. that claim. It's documented now. Yes. Bad faith. It's really documented. That needs to go to the federal court. I can't do anything right now. Kimmy could do something. Eventually, the magistrate has to answer, my show cause. So I can only, right now. But that was a play, a move on the chessboard that Daniel Robertson miscalculated because she did not win there. She was checked. She was really checked because Maggie is Canadian. So you can't play that card anymore, Danielle. It's like playing the race card. When it's convenient, the CCB card is not available to you, Danielle. And I can bring up the race card because there is something in there too. You can't have it both ways. Yeah, you want to cry, that someone's a racist when it's convenient for you, to get some type of sympathy from your audience about people you know nothing about. We don't know if Danielle is African American or Black or Hispanic or any of that. We don't. So stop calling the race. I'm over it. I really am. I'm just so over that part. But anyway, Maggie played that one. And I don't mean that she was deliberately playing that. It fell out. Danielle put that card down, and the CCB, well, they turned theirs over, and it's like, I got you. You cannot use the CCB against Maggie. And she has used that as an option, as a less expensive option, but not because of the money. It's to keep the video down because she has said that in the past against my videos. Oh, I'll just use the CCB. I know I'm not going to win, but it's just going to be a delay. In my case, when she used the CCB. Mhm. So that's off the table. Absolutely off the table the way I see it. It's just not going to work. Does she have that backup video? Let's see. My three ladies says, and Maggie video is backed up. Yes, the audacity to blame Maggie for the wrong address. I heard that too. Yeah, she provided the wrong address. For the CCB, it was about the deliberate. I mean, come on. We read the letter. I knew what's in it. From the CCB, the long and short of it is Danielle knew that Maggie was not a US, resident citizen. And she put it down anyway. And she knew, right? She knew. What I can't understand is how she can just with a straight, well, we don't know if her face is straight or not, but you know what I'm saying. With a straight face, just lie to the people. She I mean, she does it so easily. And it was nothing but deflection. It was nothing but deflection. When Maggie was playing a portion of her video, and I heard some of what Daniel was saying, she kept pivoting back to Maggie. But did she forget that she did not show up for the Zoom? Oh, I mean, did she forget that that she's not accountable? You know why? Nothing applies to her. This is, it's just not, it doesn't, I, I mean, really. I mean, I'm just astonished. There's something, there's just something. Rules simply don't apply to her. She can't say anything to Maggie. She didn't show up for the Zoom, and they made sure to give her the link. But somehow she got a hold of the Zoom. In my case, to that PPO. Now, come on. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows how to get around things, and get into the courts when when it's to her advantage. She knows how to obtain records. She doesn't miss a beat. If somebody has a court hearing, all you have to do is, go back to last year when she said something about the Three Stooges, I think. She was talking about the court dates that I had a court date, Trees had a court date, and Jaguar Wright had a court date. So before the court date, she published them. It was like right on her calendar. She couldn't wait. But somehow she missed the CCB Zoom. Like she just ignored them, thinking that she is the smartest one in the room. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I just see that phrase, but you're talking about corruption in the country. It's mind-blowing for, how Danielle processes it. It's simply rules don't matter to her. No, she's just different. She doesn't play by any rules. She makes up her rules as they go along. As a matter of fact, rules for her are made to be broken. Yeah, because she just breaks them all the time. It doesn't matter. I mean, really, it really doesn't. I'm in shock. It really doesn't matter to her. Even that the CCB gave out that warning, she still like snubs her nose at them. Like thumbs, Like what she did. Here's the thing. When I say that, she redirected in her video away from the CCB and said something like, what she wants to get at is the voice recording analysis that Kimmy had. She just deflected the CCB, but she wants a voice. No. What? She did not show up for the Zoom. So how is she demanding things? Yes, she just bypassed it, just blew through it. Yeah. I'm just I'm so that's why I keep like some of it I have no words for it. This behavior has been going on for a long time. She obviously rules didn't apply for her. They must not have. You know, you don't get to this point where you're an adult and start breaking rules. You know, it starts with little things. Yeah. She really believes she's not going to get found out. I mean, she really does. This is amazing. Where did she get that mindset from? She really thinks she's, Tony Montana. Yes, she must. And even in the movies, in the fiction, that didn't end so well, you know? But I guess it must be the rush, the exhilaration or something, the chase. You'll never find me. Yes, there's something behind there. She's wired differently. She is. Because most people, they just don't think like that. Delusions of grandeur. Ooh. I see that as a post someone that says. This is definitely one that could be studied. Mhm. And then she talks about something. I don't know again if it was played from a couple of videos because I didn't watch her video, but I heard something about uh what? A hashtag Danielle Robertson? She thinks that I stopped hashtagging or, at Danielle Robertson because I'm afraid that she's going to tell the judge. Like run 50 pages or something, she said. Because she says she's documenting everything. She really doesn't understand. Having a conversation about things that have happened to a person who has been harassed with receipts. If someone wants to talk about their experience and you just don't like hearing about it, then turn off the video. Just turn it off, Danielle. She wants to silence people. She wants to control the narrative. So if the judge can hear all the truth, let's let it come out. Like the judge, she wants the judge. She keeps mentioning this personal protection order. You are absolutely trying to manipulate the courts, Danielle. You're anonymous. Where are you in all of this? She's running from coast to coast, virtually, wherever she is. Wow. It's just incredible. Yeah. It's D for Danielle. It's Danielle Robertson. It's Truth Teller Danny. My channel is Unwind with Teddy. Run tell that too. She's afraid that somebody is going to listen. That's the problem. She's afraid that someone is going to see Unwind with Teddy's channel. That's why she doesn't want a hashtag or at. If I'm talking about you, Danielle, I can put it down. And I'm not restricted. You are not the hashtag police. That really, come on. Her biggest complaint is someone put a hashtag. That's her complaint about me. If you really look at it, it's about a hashtag. That's what it is, Danielle. Uh-huh. Because what other receipts do you have? Really, she's worried about a hashtag that someone is going to look at the video. She's talking about, I don't want to be communicated. The hashtag or, at Danielle. It's like she gets mail or something. You don't read any mail from me. Now just stop it. She is absolutely, she doesn't want, I know why. It's not about what she's saying. She's afraid somebody's going to watch the video and find out the truth. If no one was hashtagging her, she would still be complaining. Says it's not me. Yeah, it's more like a complaint. Yes. That's all she can complain about. Someone, in my case, hashtagged her. Danielle. So, yeah. So she said, I stopped hashtagging her or something like that because I'm afraid she's going to, report it to the court. Is this your lawsuit, Danielle? It's like she's in, she thinks she's got this personal link to the judge that she can just run and just file, just. like she did. Oh, I'm going to make a copy. I mean, you should look at her laugh. I'm going to make exhibits of the thumbnails of Unwind with Teddy's videos. Just the thumbnails. Yeah. The same thing that she did, you know. It's the same play. Just clog with, paper trail. She wants that to be, you know, a part of this case. She doesn't care that she's lying about things. That's not the point for her. She just wants to stack. That's all. There's a paper trail. That's it for her. It's like a complaint, you know. She should, call a customer service line. There's people every day that will, a complaint line. That's what it feels like. So just, call these complaint lines, you know. Maybe they will listen to your complaint. Maybe not. Because her complaints, are they legitimate? It's ugh. It's a paper trail. She said it. And I sent that to the judge, her video where she says she filed the CCB against me for a paper trail. The abuse of the CCB. Yeah. To stall the process. Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah. She could file something tomorrow and just keep doing it. Yeah. But sooner or later, someone in even the CCB has caught on to her filing. Yes, so many of them. Yeah. So they will know Danielle. Yeah. Come on. They've got her flagged. If she files against anyone else, they see that name. Don't you think they are keeping a record? They mentioned it. So if she files against somebody else, they're probably going to look a little closer. That's the United States, government, CCB. The federal courts here in Detroit need to know that's real evidence of fraud on the court, on, you know, the copyright claim. That's number one in my count, in my case. Copyright fraud. Yes, that's number one. It's been a lot of fraud. Over 200 claims. Why? To simply shut my channel down, to control. And she has, in case Maggie and others don't know, she's used multiple aliases, impersonations, lied to YouTube. Yes, she just doesn't care. And now to lie to the CCB, well, that's legal. I know lying to YouTube is legal too, but she doesn't think YouTube can do anything. Nah, or will. Yeah. So Hashtag that, Danielle. Send the video, highlight, the timestamp when I read from the CCB. Do it. Do it, Danielle. And underline, put it in bold, bad faith. Yeah, you, Danielle. Let the court know about you instead of you pointing out, you know, thumbnails and hashtags. Let them know that you didn't show up for your Zoom. But somehow you obtained, photographs from my Zoom. How do you square that? You made an effort. It's evidence. Mhm. And then what did you do with that, Danielle? You took the picture and sometime in the dark of the night, you, went on a website and, created deep fake pornography and you posted it to multiple sites. And then you created websites to impersonate me with my name. Yes. And you talked about a fetish. Yes, linked to my name. Y'all don't even know. Terrible. Yes. This person absolutely needs to be exposed. Yes, play that to the court, Danielle, because the CCB exposed you for your bad faith behavior. You need to be exposed, Danielle. This isn't just, an exercise in futility. No, you need to be held accountable because you said you're going to get away. No, you need to be found out for accountability. Yeah. People simply do not know. And not only did you do it once with my photo, you made two separate, months apart, pornography, deep fake. You did. And now it's law. You don't care that you break laws, do you, Danielle? Oh, you're going to say that's defamation. No, it isn't. Because I have the evidence. And you put your name there. And you posted it. And your little Avengers laughed. Yes. So she's going, you know, everybody heard when she was, harassing Maggie about her, house and all of that, about what she knows or doesn't know. She's not from, the US. Everybody heard that. Everybody, there's so many witnesses. Really. It's if it weren't so serious, it'd be laughable. So it's deflection what she's talking about now. That's right. But I'm a Christian. Yeah. All right. That's between you and, God, I really don't say much on that. Except when it's so obvious, Danielle. Mhm. She made a video before she said she was going to leave YouTube. She said if Jesus doesn't take the wheel, she was making a video about John Yates. She was so upset. Jesus has not been driving that vehicle in a lot of instances. No, no, he didn't do that. He did not, he was not part of that. He's not part of that, Danielle. He said he's not a man that he should lie, nor the Son of Man. So it's impossible. So he is not moving your mouth and your lips and making you lie. That's nope. Don't, no, he's not. So that part doesn't represent him that well at all. Not that well. That doesn't represent, you know, a walk. Now there's different walks. But you did say, she did say, if Jesus doesn't take the wheel. So she knows. She knows when she's driving, and she knows when, when people say that. So she knows. She knows she's been reckless behind that wheel. Yes, she knows that. Yeah. I could say a whole lot, but again, I'm not, as far as that part. Yeah, he did say, judge not that ye shall not be judged. But I can't, I said, even a sinner, Danielle, can see some of the things that you've said, and they would just like, no, that doesn't, no, no, they wouldn't expect that. No, they would not expect. I mean, some of this is beyond belief and grotesque. If you could hear some of the vile language, you talk about harassment, sexual harassment. Y'all don't even know. Mm-mm. So, yeah, since you want to, put it in a video or you want to make my videos, the judge needs to see. But right now, you know, lawfully, I got to see if jurisdiction and proper service. But now that everybody knows you can play with, you know, addresses and dates and times and when it's convenient, I don't believe anything you've said, Danielle. But you don't have to convince me, right? It's got to be the judge. And it's gotta be legal. Law. I'm not above the law. I'm not, and I've never said I am. So I don't know the law. I don't know everything. So I have to wait. Mhm. But Daniel has a history of evading because the CCB used that. So, yes, evasion, Danielle. Mhm. It's not harassing you talking about it. Just because you don't want to hear things, the truth, doesn't mean it's harassment, Danielle. No, has to be a lie for defamation with malice or, harm or intent. No. So I'm not going to make up anything. I know she wants people to think that, things I've said are fake or, fraud because she keeps saying we make stuff up. And in my case, she says, oh, you make stuff up all the time. No, she wants people to believe that they're hearing something different than I'm saying. Mhm. Yeah. So we need to flip it back. She needs to flip it back to where what she didn't do for the CCB. Instead of saying, this person is evading, take the words, flip it around, and look in the mirror. Everything she's doing is projection. When it comes to that, look at it. It's projection, deflection, manipulation 101. And she knows it. Yes, she wants to keep manipulating the little Avengers. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, you can say the little bears. I've said it too. Little teddy bears and some grizzlies too. Mhm. Let me read some of your comments. Look, it's midnight. Wow. It's not me. I'm going to start at the bottom. It says, Cup, she has a whole Discord dedicated to watching all of her ops videos. By the way, yes, she was watching um, Discord during the time. Now, whether or not, I don't know what she was doing, but the time frame, yeah. Because, yeah, she said she was going to stop sending notices to her members when she goes on Discord. She hasn't missed a beat. I thought you weren't going to send out the notification that you were going to be on Discord, Danielle. Wasn't that over a month or two ago? Yeah. She said, I'm not going to do it anymore. Basically, I'm just, paraphrasing. Not going to send out, this is my last notice. Um, you just have to know I go over to Discord and, catch me when you can. So the checking, people are not going to be checking for you over on Discord. They're not. They don't want to watch your horror films. Some of the Avengers, I think, they just do it because they don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, they want to make like, that they're really that they really enjoy, seeing Jason, number 3 or 16 or however many times she plays it over on Discord. It's only so many times, they can see these scarecrow movies and all of that. Yes, she is. That's her. She loves, there's nothing that she would like more to do on a Saturday is watch horror films and do something else. Isn't that what you said on a post? Or was that somebody that was mimicking you? It's somebody close to you. Yes, they were sharing that with you, right? Something about, you know, oh, was it Jason or was it Freddie? I don't know. It's very dark, yes. Yes, that this is why you see like these images. Yes, you didn't know. Yes, she is absolutely fascinated with the horror genre. The more gross it is, the more it just makes her happy. And it can turn into like fantasy because she has taken those images and she made posts about me in those images. Yes, she put my face next to some dragging a long blade. It's horrible. Yes. And yes, I sent it to the court. Yes. It's horrible. I mean, it's just becomes part of the record. It's like, did I want to do it or don't want? It's like I'm not going to be tormented by Danielle anymore or afraid to just, it's out there. I don't need to look at it, but it's there. It's in her psyche. It is because it's in her work. It's in things that she has posted. Yes. And so I can just imagine. This is why she talks about stalking so much. It's twisted. It really is twisted. I wouldn't say these things if I didn't have receipts. And I'm only touching on very little. But it's sadistic, Danielle. It is. And it's horrifying. It's horrifying. I can't even tell you guys what she's said to me. It's terrifying. Yeah. That's why I say I don't know who this person is. It could be a man. I don't know. It could be a woman who was a man. Is that how it goes? It could be a woman who, no, a man who is now a woman. I don't know. We have to go with everything. And that's not being, I'm not talking about, that. I'm just saying, as far as this is an anonymous person, she could be a man, she could be a woman. She could be a man who is now a woman. I don't know. She could be a woman who's now a man. I don't know. I don't know her race. I don't know her gender. I don't know. She talks about, Martin Luther King and like she's, justice for them all and all. Oh, stop it. I really wish you would not drag. It's almost, you know, oh, certainly, oh, I could say some things I can't. Yeah. I mean, one moment she's marching, you know, waving this flag or that flag, but then she could march in a video with, you should see some of these photos. the night of the living. I don't have to. Come on. And some of her little Avengers have fantasies about, they like the horror genre too. Yes, their favorite month and is coming up soon. Mhm. That's why she wants to try to Halloween, Halloween. It was not. It's because she has her version of what that means, not me. Mhm. I didn't know. But hers runs deep. It's like, I don't know what I'm dealing with here. Yeah, I don't. So if she says, "Are you making it?" No, Danielle, I'm not making it up. You know I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up about some of the little Avengers and the things that they've done too. And when it comes to the horror, I don't know. People, they sent out some. You remember that little video? That was horrifying to hear her TV. Yes, it's dreadful, and they laugh. This is serious. This is serious stuff. So, yes, this person needs to be exposed. Mhm. Because I don't know who you are. Yeah. And I don't know your following. There's people that you are influencing, right? Y'all didn't know that. There's a video, several, where there's comments. Somebody says, "Well, I live less than 10 miles from me." like give them the command almost. Like, oh really? That's threatening on some level. I mean, these people think that, yeah, it's not, it's kind of scary. Not kind of. I can't really say what I've seen. Yeah. And she says creepy, creepy, creep. No, creepy, creepy. She is like deflecting, projecting. Mhm. That's a subject. It's touchy, but these things are real. I can't describe some of this. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Terrifying. What is this? Cup says, them followers show that they are angry, bitter people who find joy in attacking and tearing Black people down. Yes, she really should not talk about, she shouldn't play that race card at all. She really shouldn't. She really shouldn't. She really shouldn't. No. Just read between the lines. She really shouldn't, because there's some stuff out there. She really shouldn't. Mm-mm. Yeah. And, YouTube's not so happy about certain things, community violations and all. Yeah. She's not going to tell y'all everything. And we don't know everything that she's doing to other people, content creators. I don't know. I know what she's done to me. Yes, Polly says, stop it, Danielle. You dare call me a racist when you disrespect an elder. This is disgusting. You don't represent the United States. Yeah, who elected you? Your delegation. Your delegates to what? Hmm. She calls me a black Karen. You see, that's the excuse that some use. So if you're in the community, oh, you get called a black Karen. Okay. Because you want to break a law, is that what it is? I'm asking, do you want to break a law? All right. So it's the default to you're a Karen or you're racist or you're this or you're that because she has nothing else but to blame for her own behavior. It's deflection. Oh, you must be a racist. Everybody. No, okay. Everybody isn't racist, Danielle. No, they're not. But I guess, there are some people that believe, certain things. But I can't live my life like that. No, I can't because I wasn't taught like that. So it's just not a part of my fabric, my being. It's just not. Sorry. Yeah. She gets to pick who is who. Yeah. Because she cannot talk about racism. She can't. Oh, Danielle, you can't stop it. Because isn't there somebody who talked about a Michael Jackson? I got a friend who looks like Michael Jackson, and one day I look like this or that. Oh, stop it. And this wasn't a black person. So what were they saying? Could somebody could read that or hear that and say, no, wait a minute. I bet you didn't tell them about that, did you, Danielle? No, you laughed and you support. So that's what I mean. Play the race card when it's convenient. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, she can't possibly play the race card. Stop it. Hmm. Yeah, she called me. She called me Aunt Jemima and she said all kinds of things. Worse than Aunt Jemima. Yeah. What's this? You're not no black delegation girl, please. And look who she attacks, black women. Yes. Abusive. So she can't, please don't march. I don't want to hear anything about marching for this cause or that cause. And here's why I'm talking about Danielle. You can't, no, I don't want to hear about it because she can do the most disgusting things to black women. Myself. I'm talking about sexualizing. So please do not tell me about anything that a white person has done. I don't want to hear it from you, Danielle. It's hypocrisy. And just because if you are black, that doesn't give you a pass. That doesn't give you a pass. As a matter of fact, it's almost worse. So stop carrying that flag around talking about, you know, you're protecting your people. No, you're not. You protect select. Stop it. That goes for anybody. Y'all don't know me. It's just something about it for me. Maybe it's my age. It's something about it for me to see and hear the abuse that's coming from someone who purports to be Black and then waves that flag. I can't get with it. You can't hold hands and march, for peace and all of this for Martin Luther King and then turn around and do things so reckless and so egregious to your own. Stop it. I don't want to hear it. I don't believe it. That's my personal belief. That's my personal belief. Mhm. You really don't want to have that conversation with me. You don't want to have the conversation with me on Black and Black crime. You don't want to have that kind of conversation with me. It is hypocrisy for hurting her own people if she is a Black woman. Polly says it's worse. There's just something about it. I can't. I can't with that one. Yeah. I don't, it's not believable. Maybe that's how I can say it. I don't believe her. It's self-serving. It's self-serving. Yes. All right. We've got our hour in. I didn't know what I would say. So this is one of the nights I just talked. All right. And I'm sure you recorded it all. Yeah. 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 But I have receipts, Danielle. I do. And I could show them all. So everything that I say, I have a receipt. I wouldn't say it if I didn't have a receipt. Yeah. Yeah. So we have first things first. Got to, I'm waiting. And nobody's perfect. I don't know, all the facts and everything, but we do know some things. Yeah. It's 12:23. It's a Monday night. Actually, it's Tuesday. It's time to say goodnight. Yeah, I thought it was going to be done at midnight. All right. To my moderators, yeah. Maybe tonight we didn't do and analyze this mess, but we just did night talk. Yeah. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your time with me. But that's going to do it. Yes. Please hit the like on the way out and join me sometime tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.